Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of the Pull Up Experience. We are back in episode 205. We are ready, and we have a beautiful, wonderful guest. Me and her go way back, like four flats on the Cadillac. Miss Darcia, she is going to tell us about her journey, her story, her incredible photography and everything that she has going on. And of course, we have your Brandon, your regular schmegula. And let's get started. Darcia, thank you for coming. We appreciate you very much. Absolutely. Of course. Now, I think I should do the honors of this one. Mm-hmm. When it comes to repping your hood, where are you from, girl?
Well, I don't think I have a hood. But Cleveland.
Okay. Cleveland is our hood.
Okay. Cleveland is my hood.
That's fine. Okay, well, let me hit you one better. What high school are you representing?
Oh, Kennedy, baby.
Hey!
Boo!
Boo! Girl, hit that button for us. Hit that button. Okay.
The Fighting
Eagles all day, baby.
They tried to change us to the Mighty Eagles because they said we was fighting too much.
We was, though. We was.
Kennedy, baby, all day.
Hey, that's right. That's right. Class of 06, even better.
Yes.
Just saying.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Just saying.
Our age.
Keep my comments to myself.
Hey, we are, okay? We still fashionistas, so can't tell us nothing.
Right.
So Darcia, tell us, like, how did everything kind of get started in regards to just your fabulous fashion sense, girl? Did it start in middle school where we started up?
It actually started at birth. No,
I'm
serious. I've always been into fashion. I always liked to sew. Like when I was taught to sew, like hand sew at a young age. So I used to make clothes for my baby dolls out of socks. My auntie, she had like this little drawer, like one of them little Tupperware containers, storage containers, and it was just a pair of like mismatched socks. So I would cut them up and make like little tube tops, skirts, and everything. And my grandmother is very, very fashionable.
Okay.
So it's kind of like in my genes.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
That's what it sounds like to me.
My whole life, honestly.
Okay, I can respect that. Now, who was the one that was teaching you how to sew? Was it auntie? Was it grandma? Was it both?
It was everyone. My grandfather, my aunt really more so because she used to crochet, she used to knit, and she would make clothes. So yeah, everyone. We had to.
Nice. Well, when it came to having that already, embedded in you, what made you want to start, expressing it more, throughout, your childhood into like adulthood? What made you kind of want to bring it out for the people to see?
I guess I just like to feel cute. Because when you look good, you feel good.
Hello? I was going to say.
When you look good, you feel good.
That's right.
No, seriously, I really just like to look cute.
Yes.
And I don't really have nothing special to say. But then as I got into adulthood, well, actually, I'm going to say, let me go back. High school. I always wanted to go to school for fashion design. But at the time, just listening to, like what my family would think, going too far. Like, because at the time they didn't see how I could make money from it.
Oh.
And, like, I got accepted into some really nice schools, but out of fear, I just didn't do it. I went to school for criminal justice, but I was still cute in college. I made sure, I was like, I'm going to be the flyest police officer out there. So I really wanted to be a cop. At least I thought I wanted to be a cop. And then after college, I ended up opening up a store, Studio Noel. 5 years in business, actually 6 years, honestly, in business. I started retail.
Okay.
I loved everything about it, but then it started to feel like a job. I didn't like it anymore. And so I kind of just like pulled back from it. But I would style people. Like people used to talk about how I would dress, especially in college. Yes, I'm talking about my college friends. They know exactly who they are. And I gotta tell y'all this story.
Shout them out.
Yes,
I ain't gonna shout them out because they know. I said, I'm gonna tell the story one day. But I remember we all went out to the Cheesecake Factory, and I like to dress different. Anything that people say, they be like, "Oh, that's ugly." Bet, let me get it because I know nobody else is gonna wear it.
Okay.
So, I remember I had on these leopard print leggings. I think I had on like a cream colored shirt, but I had green on, like a green cardigan. And I came in there, and my friends was like, "What do you got on?" I said, "I'm cute, so, real fashionable." And now my same friends call me and ask me for fashion advice. So,
hey, I know that's
look at
right.
that.
Hey,
These green pants, this green shirt and these animal print pants got me somewhere. So
that's right. That's right. I love it. I love it.
And I love the fact that you got your own store, and I think we gotta deep dive into that thing because I know creating your own store, it takes a lot of work, commercial space, inventory, having, you know what I'm saying, getting how you get customers come in and whatnot, and then having, and this is shout out to Rashonda Purnell, she said to know when to close it down, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people they will look at that like, oh, you closed down, like, but you knew you had the mindset, good enough mindset to say, you know when to end things or whatnot. So I wanted to dive into that real quick, you know what I'm saying? So, I will talk about that. Because,
what made you want to even start the retail side and having your own, like, store?
So I actually, this is funny. I actually started in 2014, and I started selling clothes, but I was a plus size girl. And I would sell clothes. I think I was selling sizes small to large. And my mom was like, can I cuss?
You know what? We are about a couple minutes in, so you two be all right. Go on ahead.
All right. It's not like no real cuss word,
Yeah.
but she said, how the hell you gonna sell clothes and you can't fit none of them? I was like, oh.
Mama.
You're right. You got a point. And so I looked into doing plus size clothes, and I did my first pop up shop, and my pieces sold out in an hour. In an hour. And I was like, oh, maybe I should sell clothes that I could actually wear. And so I ended up taking a break because it was just too much. And when I guess you could say officially came out selling clothes, it was in 2017. I had a small office space on Miles. And it was cool. It was always Studio Noel, Embrace Our Curves, because I wanted women to kind of like be comfortable in their own skin. And, you know, during that time in the early phases, I'm listening to other people, that imposter syndrome. I'm looking at other boutiques online. And I was like, well, let me start getting certain pieces in, like the real sexy pieces. But then I'm like, I can't even model the stuff or showcase it because I don't dress like this outside the boutique. And so when I finally, I guess you could say, found my own lane, it was, let me focus on how we could be stylish and comfortable too, because I'm a mom. I'm a mom. I like to look good though, and I want to be comfortable. So I would just pull like different unique pieces. Okay, well let's pull a 2-piece set. Let's style it 6 different ways. You get more bang for your buck. And so I finally like found my lane. But once I found my lane, I was like, I didn't like it no more. It started to feel like work. And I'm like, oh, I don't like to work. I do, but I don't. But it was just too much. Wow. But I enjoyed it. It was a lot of trial and error. You know, I made it through COVID. I made a lot of money through COVID, surprisingly.
That's good.
Because I went from having the office space to my storefront in Maple Heights. So I had a nice storefront in Maple Heights, Ohio, by Southgate.
Okay.
And I knew it was time for me to stop. God was like, I got something better for you, but I just didn't know. I was still trying to hold on to my store because I was afraid of what people were going to say. But, and we'll talk about that later, but that's kind of like how I got into photography, because I was trying to find new ways to market my stuff. And with social media being so big, I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like, how should I do it? My mind was always different. Like, I always, like, I didn't want to be like everybody else. So when I would go take pictures, instead of just taking pictures in the same white backdrop, oh, let's go outside. Let's go to this hotel and use their lobby or something. And that's really how I got started in photography, because I used to pay people hundreds, almost thousands of dollars for horrible work. And I said, well, shit, I could do this myself. And I found, and that's how, and I liked it. I started creating commercials for my new arrivals. Like, if I had this scene, oh, baby, you getting a full commercial. Because I learned how to shoot, then I learned how to edit. I said, oh, you give me some equipment, some real equipment, it's lit. Over with. It's over with. And I kind of think I went over or what we were talking about, but
no,
that's
that's
just
perfect. It's perfect though. It's perfect though.
but that's just kind of like how how I got started. I like to help people feel good.
Yeah.
Because when you look good, you really
Hey.
do feel good.
That's
It
true.
was, and I didn't even notice it at the time. I had women come into my store and be like, you know what? If it wasn't for you making me go try this on, I would have never thought to wear this. And I got confident. I said, for real, me? Shit, I'm just trying to be me. Like I really wasn't trying to do nothing. I'm just like go try it on. Go do this. You won't know what you look like till you try it on.
Wow.
And that's just kind of like how Embrace That Courage, my organization, got started.
I was about to say, that's a great segue.
Yes,
I was going
that
to ask about that because I know you're an advocate for that, and I want to shout you out for that because, you know, I love the fact that you're going against norm of what normal society will dictate as quote unquote beauty or whatnot. You like bump that. I got my own definition what that thing is,
right.
and I know it's not easy to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about that though, because in today's society, you still got those who are kind of, how can I say this, still shy or not feel like their voices are being heard. How would you encourage that young man, young lady who feel that same way?
As far as like just being comfortable with themselves,
embracing themselves. Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
It took a lot of work for me to get here, and when I started the organization, it's crazy because, you know, sometimes we're pushed into our purpose, and and that's really what happened. I was still holding on to the store, like, you know, what's gonna happen. But when I shut the store down, when I tell you, it was like a weight was like just lifted, and then things just started to happen. I was like, oh, I should probably should did this a long time ago. But I was like, you know, pushed into my purpose, and to build that confidence, to just really be comfortable with who you are. It takes a lot of work. It's not. It don't. And honestly, as much as I love fashion, it don't take just an outfit.
Oh yeah, that's
It don't
true.
take just an outfit. I started therapy, and when I started my organization, learned to really love myself. And when you learn to truly, truly have a relationship with yourself, and don't care if, you know, like nobody's gonna love me or who's gonna like me or this. When you learn to not care about what no one says and really learn to love yourself and heal and build that relationship with God, baby, you can't tell me nothing now. And so that's the one advice I can, man or woman, big, small, you have to love yourself. And in the midst of loving yourself, that's when it's like that spiritual, you know, you get your spiritual journey. You know, you build that relationship with God. And when you got confidence and got faith in God,
Sky's limit.
Unstoppable.
no, I am a living testimony. Yeah. So cheers to that.
No,
Hey,
that's
I
good.
like that. That's a good little
That's
bit.
good. No, absolutely. And I think that's a lesson that transcends entrepreneurship. That's just life in general. You know what I'm saying?
It is, and I'm gonna say this too, especially with God. My grandmother, I am a preacher's kid, so I grew up in church. And
I know you PK.
Yeah.
I know, man. You know we bad. But, she will always tell me, because you know, she will always tell me, like, put God ahead of your business. I'm like, yeah, I do. I pray all the time, but not knowing what she was talking about, because I think we all go through that point in time where our faith is wavering. So it was like, you know, I'm getting into, you know, not knocking anybody, but the crystals and it's like, is this what I'm worshiping now? No.
Wow.
Absolutely not. So it's like when you put God first and really like let him kind of like really take over, your business will flourish. And I ain't got nothing else to say. Like it's really you gotta put God ahead of your life. Like you ain't nobody saying you gotta go to church every Sunday, be in church Monday through Sunday. No, nothing. It's about your relationship with God. And when you got him, things will happen.
Things will happen. Come on, now. I would attest to that. You know what I'm saying? The podcast, literally, people say, you know, what made you feel like doing the podcast? One, because it was a burning sensation inside me. Like, I had to do this thing and whatnot. And then after that, everything fell in line. And then also we did have gone through, God took care of the rest. You know what I'm saying? And I back to what you were saying as far as the alignment, and then knowing because knowing that there's seasons to everything, right? There's a season for you to have studio, have your studio, and then there's a season for you to end it. And I think having the spiritual guidance and having the self awareness to be like, okay, maybe it's time for me to end it or whatnot, and then what's the next thing God's called you to do. I think that's just awesome right there.
Yeah.
So yes. So let's talk about that though, because like you went from having a studio, and then you went to photography. Then I know Embrace Our Curves is bigger than just it's a movement per se. You know what I'm saying? So talk about that. How did you grow from it just being, not saying a motto, but more than a mantra, but making it bigger than just that?
It just go back to being pushed into your purpose. So, my friend Asia, owner of Creative Space.
Come on, Asia.
I know, my girl, she's the one that kind of like pushed me into doing it because I used to actually work at her daycare. And I was like, yeah, can I do a fashion show for the kids? I've always wanted to do it, but I didn't know how to go about it or what to do. And I was like, oh, I got this. We could put this together. We can have this, that, and the third. And she looking at me like, you need to do something bigger.
This is a great time in Cleveland tonight, and I think what we look at is black excellence on display right now.
I feel blessed. From the moment I walked in the door, I heard Mr. Wheaton and congratulations and everything. Now all the way up to upstairs, same thing, man. It's a blessing.
I am feeling really grateful, very blessed. It's just an amazing experience to be able to be in the room with so many amazing people and people that are game changers and world changers. That's breaking bread and making businesses in Cleveland, Ohio.
This is a night for the books for not only Cleveland but Ohio. I'm so proud of Tenora.
I just want to do it for these kids. And so it was just like my mind was going, and I just wasn't happy with the store. And so it's like I can't even explain like really how I got started. I'm just like, you know what? Let me just do it. Let me get a team together, and getting my team organically, it was so funny. We were on a road trip, and I was like, I met these two young ladies. It was Ashley and Jazz. We went out of town. It was me and it was 4 of us all together, but it was just like a connection. It was something natural, and I was like, oh, this is it. Oh, this is that. And my other people, Alicia, I said, oh, this is Embrace Our Curves. Wow. This is it. Like, this is my team. Like, it just happened. And when I told them what I wanted to do, it's more than just, like I said, it's more than just an outfit. It's more than just a fashion show. It's really getting your mental together, because you can't embrace nothing if you ain't got your mental together, if you ain't,
so you can't
got God in your life, anything. So it started off with the fashion show. Didn't know how I was going to do it. Didn't know where I was getting the money from, because at the time, I was going through some things personally. I keep telling people, I don't know who put that show together, our first show together. That was God. I had no money. Our show was in October. It was August. I had no designers. By the end of September, I'm turning people away.
Wow.
We had a sold out. My first show sold out.
That's good.
And I'm just like, well, who did that? And it was just so crazy because, and I might be going off subject a little bit, but like after the fashion show, you would think like, having so many highlights in your life and things like that. I fell into a deep depression.
Wow.
I wasn't happy at all. I was happy, but it was just like, I don't know. It was like I just fell into like this really, really deep depression and didn't know what was going on. And I'm still, like, I felt like, granted, like, yeah, this is the time I finally found, like, I found my purpose in life. But I was still, going through some things. And that's how we kind of like, Curves, Cocktails, and Conversations. That's our monthly mental health support group for men and women. We started doing that, and I started to see how many you know, and I ain't gonna say like lives we changing, but just like how many people, like when you gonna
Y'all
start the
back
group
on
back
it.
up, like what's going on? I needed that, and I'm
Check
like,
in.
for real, because I'm tired and I don't know what we're gonna talk about today. So it kind of like, you know, it just happened, but I don't even remember the question. I'm just going with it.
No,
but it's
that's
flowing
good.
in the right direction
Yeah.
for
Absolutely.
sure. And I think that a lot of people sometimes don't give sometimes the ugly side of success.
Absolutely.
Because like you said, you were at a high. You know, everything went well, but for you mentally, you dropped down into a depression. And you know, for those watching, what was some of the things that helped get you out of it to get to you know, what was the event that you just said?
Courage, Cocktails, and Conversations.
Yeah, like what helped to birth that? Like how did you get out of there to get to that?
Honestly, from what I can remember, I know the actual, you know, support group, it was just like out of conversation. Like me and my homegirls, we were just talking, and then I was like, we could do that too. But it was just trying to create like an environment, because I enjoy going to the women's group that Asia would put on. She would put on a group for women's group, and I'm like, dang, you know, like I enjoyed it so much. You know, we leave out of there crying, but I wanted the focus to be a little more different. And so that's kind of really like how it got started. And then just kind of like, it was the wintertime, that seasonal depression.
Yeah.
And then just really talks with God. And as corny as it may sound, the talks with God is let your haters be your biggest motivators. And really, that's really what it was. I was like, oh, y'all hating on me for real? Bet. I don't know why that's fuel for me, but it's just like, oh, bet, for real?
Wow.
Watch this. So it's kind of like a combination of all of that.
I love that.
That's good,
I love that.
And I get
We all
tired of
can
being
relate
sad.
to that. Yeah.
You get tired of being sad after a while.
No, that's good. Cause like people don't talk about that enough, and like we say all the time, people know the glory behind the story behind it. Cause I've also had that. People like, man, Brandon, you on top. And I'm like, I'll go home and I'll be like, you know what I'm saying?
Just sad or
It's-
something.
yeah,
Anything,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you think so, but you never know what people
Are going through. Absolutely.
It's true.
No, and thank you for that, because I know people don't like sharing those instances about, you know what I'm saying? They want everybody to think about everything is great, you know? But no, sometimes even when things are great, they're not really great, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you fall into things like that. And I'm a social worker as well. I work with mental health. It's been 10 years. And so that's kind of too, it's like, how can I do things my way? Like, you know, like I feel like if I was a therapist, it'll be so unorthodox. I promise. It would, because, you know, I can't help it. I cuss. I'm real. Let's create a chill environment.
Yeah.
And I also like fashion. So that's kind of like really, you know, kind of too like how Embrace That Curves got started. Like, how can I give back to my community? I've always been a giver. I've always been volunteering places. But how can I do it in my way? To where it makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? It really makes me happy to see other people happy. Like, oh, like even with the models, we had so many brand new, unexperienced models at our first fashion show. Now these girls walking in about 4 or 5 shows, and I was like, yeah, I got started here, and I would have never thought I could do it. And I was like, for real, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
It really does, and you know.
And that can be motivating too, to see it, you know, inspiring others that didn't even know that was, you know, in them, for you to be able to pull it out through, you know, your.
And it's hard. Doing that is honestly, it is hard, because it'll take a toll on you, because, you know, I'm normally that strong person trying to uplift other people, and I'm my positive Patty, as you would say. Like, I'm like, oh, well, maybe they ain't really mean it that way, because I'm very forgiving. I'll give you another chance after chance, and just depending on what it is. But I done lost my train of thought. But
No, you good.
but just to, you know, to help people and see like how their confidence just went from here to here, just even in a couple of months. But it's hard to take all that on, and then these, you know, different personalities and anything that is hard, y'all.
No.
Like,
The part they don't see.
it's hard. I'm like, shoot, I need to get back in therapy, because y'all stressing me out. But I love what I do.
Listen,
Hey.
God
I
bless
really
you.
love what I do.
That's good. That's how you know you working in purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it gets tiring sometimes, but you bounce back from it. And speaking of which, is there people in your life that help to encourage you or maybe fill you back up when your cup is getting low? When you're in those moments, would you say any pivotal people that really have helped?
Ooh, everybody, all my close friends.
Everybody.
They know who they are. It's too many people to name. It's way too many people to name. But I can honestly say I have a really good, strong support system.
That's good.
Like people praying for me. Just being by my side, letting me know like, all right, Darcia, you got this. Like we got you. You got us. And so it feels good. And just being a leader too, sometimes you have to like take a step back and like kind of like let other people help you. Because that's my thing. Like I'm like, oh, you know what? You don't answer this or you can't do this. I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah.
And that gets frustrating at times too. So to just know that like you know you have people praying for you, praying over your business with you, see your vision probably even more clear than I see it myself. It's a beautiful feeling, and when you continue to be nice to people and be genuine, all your blessings just come. Yes, like they just come when you are true and genuine, and really like enjoy helping people, giving back to your community, being nice. Everything just falls into place.
No, that's good. So let me ask you this. What do you feel like the biggest misconception people have with a creative like yourself? Like, what comes along with that? Because most people think creative people. When I think about some creative, they're obviously happy-go-lucky type people. But what do you feel like the biggest misconception people have with those individuals?
Just being a creative.
Because you're very creative.
I think people think you could create on the spot.
And
sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But it's like I need a moment to just sit down and get in like my zone to just create. Or people might think like, oh, when I started sewing, oh, well, can you go hem these pants? I said, girl, I ain't never even put a zipper in. What you want me to do? I can't help you. I can't help you.
You know the whole gambit.
I think just being a creative, people think that we are sometimes like miracle workers. We could just do things right off the bat, and if you can, more power to you. But I don't work that way. I don't operate that way. You gotta kind of like give me some time, and it might come within the next 5 minutes. And no, I think they just think that we can create on the spot and do things, or it's easy.
Yeah,
they think it's easy, and it's not, because you're always in your head. And then you got to make sure that somebody else ain't did this already too, because you don't want to accidentally. And because that happens though.
Wow.
You might never see this person's work before, and then you later find out, be like, oh damn, they did that before. And so, and you're always in your head. Wow. I don't care what. I'm sure most creatives are always in their head, and I think that's just facts.
No.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not creative. I be in my head, so I don't know.
Yeah, we always in our head trying to create and trying to be different, and then to try to find other creatives who think like you, and then make sure that they cool people too. Right. That's a challenge too.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm about to say,
I'm sure.
I was going to go to my next segue, because like I know you got a gang. So I want to
Not
say,
a gang.
yeah, y'all a gang, and I want to thank you and give you a flowers, because like you have come to plenty of our events, and I thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you show up and you show up with the whole gang, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna ask you, like, in the creative community, what is the thing that is different between the creative community and other communities as a whole? Like I said, when you show up, it's not just you. You got the whole clique with you or whatnot. How do y'all maintain that joint? Because like you got I know she made candles.
Yes.
I forgot the young lady's name. My bad.
Darcia.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? And y'all show up, and then, like I said, it's a whole gang, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all all do creative things. But y'all all in your own lane, but y'all all support or whatnot. How y'all maintain that spirit? Because, like, it's not that way in the podcast, guys. I'll tell you that right now.
This might be the pull-up after dark, because what I got to say, I'm not going to talk about. But, I don't even think we just made it's just us. It's just real. Like I like to support people. Yeah. what it is. Especially like that's how I met Asia, because I like to eat and she got good food.
Yes, you do. Yes,
So
yes.
if I feel like like okay, you got something good going, I'm gonna support regardless, even if I go somewhere and the service ain't bad, or even if I get mistreated. I think that's just who I am as a person. I'm just a loving, caring person. Unless you do something, then I'd be like, okay, I can't mess with y'all no more. But I think that's just me and my girls. That's just who we are. That I don't even. It's nothing to like really maintain, because that's just who we are.
No, that's what's up. They said like you know what I'm saying. You've been in a couple of events or whatnot. And I'm like, okay, that's what's up.
I support people, and even if I don't, and I can say I don't get that support from other people, and sometimes I do feel some type of way, but I'm like, you know what? After I get out my feels, God's still gonna bless me, so it is what it is.
No, that's good. That's good. Okay, let me ask you this. There's a young man, there's a young lady watching, right? What would you tell them? What would you tell them if they want to get started and embracing their gifts? What advice would you give them?
Get out your head. Get out your head. Focus on what you bring to the table. Everybody, like I'm a photographer. Everybody can take pictures, but do they take pictures like you?
Come on now.
So focus on how you can make a difference, and like just focus on your work, your art itself. Because if you're too busy focusing on what somebody else got going on, then that's when that depression kicks in, or that's when that creative blocks come. You have to focus on what you're doing, and when you focus on creating your own lane and ride, like I'm riding my own way, baby.
Come on now.
So
ride my own way.
No, for real, because when you ride your own wave and you really focus, and then another thing, just do it. Just do it. Get started.
Yeah.
You have to just do it.
That's true.
That's the advice.
No,
Good
that's great advice.
Good advice. It comes from the creative herself and fashionista, because I mean, outfit is killing it.
Oh, thank you.
So I mean, are there anybody in the industry of fashion that you inspire, that you kind of look for little different tips and ideas?
Other than me.
Oh no.
Can't sell your home and tired of carrying that load? Drop the house. Gutter Properties will buy your house as is with offers up to $300,000. Need serious repairs, liens, taxes, or judgments? We'll work through your unique situation to get that house off your back. During your free, no-obligation appraisal, we maintain social distancing and take every precaution to ensure your experience is safe. Drop the house. Gutter Properties. Call us or visit gutterproperties.com
Not
today.
Like that.
Dang, Darcia.
There's a lot of people. I can't even really pinpoint right now.
Okay.
But there are a lot of people. I would like to work with Jay Boland one of these days, because I really want to up my game as a personal stylist. I want to work with a lot of creatives. It's really just anybody who's genuine at this point.
Yeah.
I want to work with anybody.
That's good.
I see you.
Don't worry, you get my flowers after the show. You know what I'm saying? You don't like my hoodie and J combo or whatnot. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
If y'all need a stylist, just hit me.
That's
But
right.
I got you.
I appreciate you. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so we're going to get into our staple questions, right? Now, ladies' questions, because, once again, you would think after 25 episodes we get tired of them, but we don't. So I love them because we get a chance to get into the reasons why we started this podcast that I feel like our city needs, which is collaboration, right? My question to you, madam, we kind of been alluding that towards the entire interview, but how do you feel like we can change the narrative of Cleveland not being a place for collaboration?
Oh, all right.
You know? Yeah, you know what? Cat Williams, that joint up, you know what I'm saying?
We are not on Club Shay Shay.
You're right.
But I think we could change that narrative is you have to be genuine. And if you're just trying to collaborate with people just because you feel like you can gain something from it, it ain't. It's y'all notice that it'll never work out.
It will not work. Yeah.
It would never work out. So you have to be genuine when you're doing these collabs, and you have to realize it's not a competition. I think when people realize that it's not a competition, and when you can stop being mean, men and women, it's a lot of mean girls out here. You don't have to be mean.
You don't have
Right.
to.
Like what? Like seriously, you don't have to be mean. Like we can accomplish so much when we work together, men and women, because there's a lot of mean men out here too. And so I think that's if we stop that and stop getting and stop having that mindset, like looking at people like as if they competition. Your only competition is yourself. So that's how we can start really doing collabs and really making things shake in the city, is when you stop being a hater to yourself and to other people. No, seriously, because we could be way ahead. We could be doing so many things, and we don't. We just don't, and it's sad that I watch a lot of people who are from Cleveland. Once they leave Cleveland,
it's crazy.
They just flourish, and that's kind of like at the point. I'm at that point in my life right now. Like I said, well, I can't wait to get up out of here. I love my city, but I can't wait to get up out of here, because it's like you hear so many negative things, and you getting pulled, and you be like, well, why would y'all think that? Like I've had someone come up to me after one of my groups and tell me that how much they appreciated my organization. They was like, because I thought y'all were mean girls. And I said, well, what? Well, why would you think that?
Right.
Like, how could you think that? And I don't know. So when you get out of your head that negative mindset, when we could shift our mindset, more collabs will happen. And I think that's what it is so many people just had that negative mindset and looking at people at competition. Why?
Right.
Why? That's the question.
Why?
Why?
That's a valid question.
Why do we have to do that?
Yeah.
When like we all sitting here today, you in the fashion. I'm not looking at her as no competition. How about let's collab? Let's do something. Like it doesn't have to be
It's
that
competition.
way.
No, you didn't say nothing about my hoodie and whatnot.
You look nice.
Don't leave him out, girl.
I'm not gonna leave. He look nice.
He looks very nice.
Appreciate you.
As he
Yes,
does
thank you.
always.
Thank
That's
you.
right.
Yes.
That's right.
Thank you.
But it ain't no competition.
No, absolutely.
There's no competition. If I wanted, I actually would like to get a podcast started.
Okay, all right. So we'll talk afterwards then. Don't play with me.
No, I really am, but
Right.
I'm not looking at you as competition.
No, we'll help you though. Well, you know what I'm saying? We'll help get that
Like,
joint out the ground.
It'd be weird.
Oh yeah.
It'd be weird. What?
But you know what? This is what I want to say though, and that's why I love what Asia got at Creative Space, because
Yes.
that's a hub for collaboration. Like it's so. I would say like this: if you feel like people are competition, that's because you feel like that way. But it's a group of people over here who feel like, no, we can collaborate together and do great things together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know how many collabs could go on in the city, especially like being known in the city. You know, we would shut this place down if we could all come together for real. But people don't want to do it, and why, y'all?
That's real.
That should be the title. Why?
Why? All right, Jada, kiss. All right, we got you. Nah, that's good stuff though. So let me ask you this: who would you like to collaborate in the future? I know you had say Jay. Bolden, yeah. Oh
my gosh, my mind is just.
It's okay. The wine's doing his deal.
Photography world or fashionista. Someone you like to style in the future.
You know. I always wanted to style Jill Scott.
Come on now.
Before I even consider myself a stylist, I said I want to work with Jill Scott. Okay. A big one. I want to be one of the stylists on Tyler Perry's set.
Okay, all right.
Whichever set it is.
Tyler Perry, I know you watching.
Tyler, please. I've been a fan for a long time.
Like on Sisters or what?
I don't care what it is.
Right. What you say? I ain't picky. It's just
I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Because I've been watching his plays since like when they first came out.
Yeah.
We was in church, like my whole family. We love Tyler.
Yeah.
So that's really a big dream of mine. A big dream. Jill Scott and just be on the set with Tyler.
Yeah.
Even he might not be there because you know he got people and whatnot. But to be a stylist on that set and like even on Sisters, the one, yeah, she was a stylist, and before she became an actress, I don't want to act. I just want just put me in the room.
Yeah.
I can see you being an actress though. I can see you do that.
Yeah, I could
Just put me in the room because I done seen some stuff, and I was like, he could have used me.
Yes, he could.
I'm just playing, but no, that's really a dream of mine, honestly.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
And we know it's gonna happen for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Tyler,
into existence.
I've been trying to get to Georgia for a long time, a very long time. So when you see this, holla at me.
We'll clip it up and tag him in it.
That's right.
Yes.
Do just that.
Holla at me.
That's right. Well, listen, we are having a phenomenal time with you, by the way. Wonderful to hear your story, how you got started, where you're going from here, and again, the sky's the limit for you. So with that being said, when it's all said and done, Darcia, where would you like the legacy to be for yourself, and where would you like the legacy to be for, you know, all of what you have business-wise underneath you? Because you have so many and more to come.
I want people to know. I feel like this would have been easier. I thought it would be an easy question, but it's not. To just give back, continue to love yourself. I want people to know that when you fall in love with yourself, you fall in love with God, things will really happen, and you can really do anything you put your mind to. And just look good doing it.
That's good.
Because we look good doing it, I think. I'm going to just stop right there because then we're going to end up going to another question and then I don't
all right, you're right. We're not even going to overwhelm you anymore. we going to say I think this was a great episode. I know you
and
was
for
a
the
little
first
nervous.
person one on top of that.
Hey, that's right. We get the honor of the first.
Yes.
And we had
You did
good
so
wine,
good.
good time.
Yes,
Hey.
sweet wines. Yes, it's delicious.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. And I think Brandon usually ends this off, you know, the more important question, it's going to be an easy one for you, is...
They told me 4 questions, and I think they asked my age. So don't cut this part out.
We snuck them in there.
Look, we might have some curveballs around the way. But this one's going to be easy for you, Darcy. Is where can the people reach you? Where can they find out more about you? See, yes, I told
can
you.
answer that.
Yeah, let's soften it up.
So you can reach me. My personal styling page is Darcia_Vega, DARCIA_Vega. My nonprofit page, Embrace Thy Curves, is just what it is. Embrace Thy Curves. Shameless plug. I got time.
Oh yes, ma'am. Do your thing.
Saturday, May 18th. Make sure you come out. Embrace Thy Curves presents the exhibit Art and Fashion Heals the Soul. So we're gonna be Art and Fashion Heals the Soul. It's gonna be held at Creative Space. We're turning Creative Space into a big art gallery. Big art gallery. We got 2 DJs, live painting, live music. My goal here is to kind of like just spread awareness on how art it helps us get through things. Like we're able to express ourselves through art. And is fashion considered art? You know, we express ourselves through fashion.
Yes.
I dress according to my mood sometimes. And so I just kind of like, want to talk about that. We're going to have Q&As. So make sure y'all pull up.
Yeah,
it's going to be a really,
for
really
sure.
good time. So Saturday, May 18th. And Embrace Thy Curves. I said that on Instagram. On Instagram.
Okay.
That's a great, and by the way, for lazy people, that'll be in the show notes. So while you're watching this, you're like, where can I find it?
Right.
Bam, right there. Stop being lazy right there. Okay?
Yes. Thank
This
y'all
has been-
for having me.
Yeah.
No, come on,
Thank you for
I was nervous, but I had fun.
Yes.
We're glad. See, that's what we wanted.
Mission
You know what I'm saying?
accomplished. That's right.
Absolutely. So as I said, we got to pay some bills, right? So let me ask you this, Darcia. What are you doing on April 18th?
I'm going to be with y'all.
Oh, you heard that. Good answer. No, absolutely, no. Appreciate that. So, guys, if you heard her, she's going to be with us. You know what she's going to be at? She's going to be at Midtown Tech Hive with us, with Mr. David Shannon himself, the creator of Social Proof Podcast, which is, you like our podcast, you definitely gonna like his. He's gonna teach you how to start your own podcast, how to monetize your own podcast, how to literally, the business of podcasts. He's gonna go into detail about how you can do that also. And it's gonna be very special. We have great people like Darcia there who's gonna be there at the network. So, and guess the best part about all this thing, guess what? It is free. So what I need you to do, and unfortunately, you might want to hurry up and get it, because I think last time I checked, we had like 5 tickets left. Something crazy like that. So, do me a favor, text Podcast Summit to
33777.
my homie.
That's right.
Yes. So guys, we want to see you there. Get there, because like I said, last time I checked, it's gone literally none tickets left. So I hope you get it. It's still there. Head over to Brittany.
And make sure you guys tune in weekly to my podcast, Beauty Told.
Yes.
Again, weekly episodes, whether it be relational, whether it be financial or lifestyle. And again, having great guests on. I'm going to have you on, girl.
Yeah.
And we are just giving our story, again, giving our testimony. And again, hopefully you can be able to learn from our mistakes and be able to just better your livelihood. So I can't wait to see you guys there.
Awesome. Guys, you rock with us, that means you rock with Brittany, okay? So this is gang over here. I'm about to throw this gang saying, but I'm not going to do that. Lastly, guys, I want to thank you. Yes, you, the person watching. Yes, you, the person listening. Because, once again, guys, episode 205. I think you understand the significance of that, because that's the 205 episodes we have had. Great guests every time. That's told great stories, and y'all keep showing up, showing out, watching, viewing, sharing, and it just lets us know that once again, there's a need for it, okay? You guys want to hear great stories like hers, and y'all just, we love it. You know, y'all help cultivate our purpose of getting these stories out, putting the spotlight on people who deserve it. You know, so we want to thank y'all. Never take that for granted. Okay, so listen, we will see you guys next time, episode 205. Peace.